Hello everyone, my name's Jay. Welcome to the Harmony Centre and my podcast, Conscious Conversations. Today I'm going to speak to you about a little dynamic called the inner critic. Now the inner critic is like a plague, it's like a cancer running through the collective psyche of human beings, and it sounds so whack when I say it out loud, yet it strangely makes sense why we have this dynamic running. Now, I'm not sure about you if you've noticed that planet Earth isn't a bright example of a place of enlightenment that is esteeming kindness and compassion and unconditional love and oneness and raising everybody up in unity consciousness. We're not there yet, but we're heading towards there, right? We're not there yet. So, in fact, a lot of us would have experienced growing up in a culture, in a society that actually esteems and encourages self-righteous condemnation. It actually encourages people to play judge and jury and to gossip about others. It's really seen as that's just what you do because they're wrong and I'm right, and it makes me feel better when know that I'm right and they're wrong, and it makes me feel even better when I'm talking to someone else who agrees with me that I'm right, and so on and so forth. And really, that's that gossip and that judgment and that criticism is like a poison. It's not only poisonous to you, whoever is expressing that, but it's a poison to the other person. Everything's energy. You are affecting them, whether they're in your presence physically or not. Now, because we live in this world that is overly critical, a lot of us grew up copying a lot of criticism, especially people watching this video. You're probably more sensitive than the average person, more aware. You've probably got a lot more love and light happening. And when you were growing up, that probably rubbed people up the wrong way. Or maybe you just had this super intelligence happening. And so a lot of us, if you want to call yourself light workers, whatever it is, a lot of people that are just more sensitive and connected to life, to nature, and who generally and genuinely want to make a difference in the world, a lot of people that are that way inclined attract a lot of ridicule. People don't understand people that are different. And so we attract often harsh criticism and projections and beatings and you're stupid and you're an idiot and what's wrong with you and whatever it is. And if you were lucky and you had a really good home life, then surely one of the teachers or someone at school or many at school were perpetuating that behavior towards you. It's hard to escape growing up on planet Earth and not experiencing this dynamic of criticism and judgment and better and worse and putting down and superiority and inferiority. So I'm sure most of you have experienced that. And it hurts, right? It hurts. You might be sitting here now and go, I don't care, whatever, it doesn't hurt. I don't know what you're talking about. Yet that could be just the walls and the thick skin that you've grown over time and learnt to build here to keep your beautiful heart safe. Let's talk about the inner critic dynamic specifically, though. We create that within ourselves because of the criticism outside of ourselves. So what happens is we say to ourselves, oh, okay, this is hurting. Well, we don't even need to say to ourselves it's hurting. It's fucking hurting. I'm getting criticized and ridiculed everywhere where I go, and I'm just being myself. That hurts. Don't like it. And sadly, a lot of beautiful, bright-hearted souls start to think that there's something wrong with them. There's not something wrong with you. There's something wrong with everyone else. Yet again, sadly, a lot of us have shut down our authenticity, our brightness to fit in to a mold, because it's like, okay, I know I'm not like you guys, but it hurts so much, so I'm going to pretend that I am, or it just erodes our self-esteem and self-respect, and eventually we go, okay, well, maybe I am weird, and maybe I am wrong. So, as strange as it seems, how we often choose to protect ourselves is by starting to criticize ourselves harder than the criticism that's coming out from outside of ourselves. What? Oh my god. It sounds whack every time I say it, and it makes sense. Because if I am beating myself up harder, if I am crueler to myself, if I am harsher and more critical and more judgmental of myself, then none of this external criticism and judgment and stuff, negative stuff coming at me is going to hurt. That's simply what it is. That's how the inner critic dynamic is born. It's born out of this desire to protect our heart and to not feel so hurt all the time, growing up in a world that is harsh, really, to sensitive ones. So I'm going to criticize myself harder than everyone else does or ever could, so that nothing and no one in this world can hurt me. But what you're really doing there is you're crippling your self-esteem and your self-love and self-respect, and you're really harming your well-being. It's so detrimental to your well-being, to your health on every level. So what we're doing here is we're raising the inner critic up into the inner coach. We want to become our own champion. We want to become our own counselor, our own best friend. We want to be our own cheerleading squad. And that's what we encourage people to do here. And how do we do that if we don't even know what we're thinking? Well, the process that people go through here is starting to cultivate a deeper, a broader, a wider self-awareness. Becoming more aware of self, of what I'm thinking. And some people are quite shocked when they start observing their thoughts and becoming aware of what they're actually thinking. It's like, what? I really am mean to myself. And often in this exploration, people will uncover that these words aren't even mine. We chase it back to a moment when we were 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, whatever it was. It might have been a sister, a teammate, a teacher. You're an idiot. You're stupid. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. And decades on, sometime on, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. When specific things happen in our life and it triggers this pattern of I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. You might be so used to it that you're like, oh, that's just normal, and it's just this background tape player going on that it's like, oh, that's just there. It doesn't need to be there, guys. We can change this. You have just walked a well-trodden path. Your mind has walked well-trodden paths with these thoughts and neurons that fire together, wire together. You have the ability to take charge of your mind and your thinking. And of course, your thoughts create your reality. So that's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful project and mission to embark upon. And it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, what you've been through, if you have a full-on inflamed inner critic or if you just have some negative self-talk happening. Either way, we can always be clearer with our thinking. We can always become more of the captain of our ship and be working towards fully, in all moments, being a conscious co-creator. So I would encourage all of you to start exploring how you're thinking about yourself. What's going on for you? Are you actually being mean to yourself? Because it's very hard to blossom into your fullest potential and to live even a remotely joyful or fulfilling life if you have a heavy inner critic running. You'll be driving yourself into the ground. Nothing will ever be good enough. Be gone. Be gone. Negativity. Be gone. Negative thinking. Whether you have internalized these external criticisms from a younger age, or it's just your own voice that you've created, and this own pattern that you've created and programming that you've created so to not get hurt, like I was sharing before, where you're criticizing yourself much harder than anyone else in the world could so it doesn't hurt. Either way, you can start dismantling this, guys, and it starts with self-awareness. It starts with self-love and self-care, and what's going on for me. If you're feeling down, then that is often a clear sign that your thoughts are down, because your thoughts are creating your reality, and whatever you're thinking is generating your feelings. So that can often be a great place to start. How am I feeling? I'm feeling okay, or I'm feeling very depressed. I'm feeling angry. Okay, what's going on in my mind? Have fun with it. This is self-discovery. This is self-exploration. Check in. There might be some negative thoughts running, and that's why you're feeling like this. Where have those thoughts come from? Are they mine? Are they someone else's? Either way, I have the potential and the opportunity in this moment to change the course and direction of my life by catching that thought, replacing it with how an inner coach would speak to oneself. Positive, uplifting, supportive in all moments. And that's not about completely overriding negative feelings. It's not about that. Yet it is about becoming aware of how you're speaking to yourself, guys, because you deserve love, you deserve kindness, you deserve respect. And that starts with us. If we can truly become our own best friend and our own coach and raise that inner critic up, and we can champion ourselves, then no longer do we look for validation, approval, and love outside of ourselves. If it comes, we gratefully receive it. Yet this is the journey towards becoming a fully whole and self-sufficient being. And it's a journey that takes as long as it takes. It's fun. Make it fun. Explore, open up, and see who you are and what's really going on for you. And remember, this inner critic dynamic doesn't need to continue. You can raise it up into being an inner coach. Thank you so much. I hope that's been helpful, and I love you so much. Stop being so mean to yourself. Kindness is such a beautiful quality. Unconditional love. Support yourself. Yeah, we've all made mistakes, right? Are you dragging yourself over the coals decades and decades later for mistakes you've made? Oh, there's a mistake. I'm going to amp up my criticism of self because I could never forgive myself for that. It's not about being ignorant or arrogant, like whatever, I don't care if I cause harm. No, that's not love either. And that's not what a champion would do. That's not what an inner coach would do. An inner coach would be like, yeah, that's a fuck up. That's a mistake. And you feel all of the emotions associated with that, and you clean up your mess if you've made a mess, respectfully and humbly. Great law of the universe. You make a mess, you clean it up. That's a beautiful thing. Yet, to be beating yourself up years and years later about it isn't healthy. So some of you are probably doing that out there. That can stop. So you're dragging around this weight that doesn't need to be there. Allow the universe to sort out consequences for you. You don't need to do your penance and say, oh, I'm going to beat myself up for this period of time for that mistake because that balances it out. Just be kind to yourself, be loving, yes, be remorseful, clean up any mess you make, and raise yourself up. Be your best friend. Develop a healthy inner coach and watch your self-esteem soar. And then from this place, absolutely, you can start moving towards living what is to you and your beautifully unique heart a truly soul-fulfilling life. Lots of love, people. Stay bright. Remember, never ever give up. And let's change this planet. Let's go.